Panther Nation, what's good with y'all, man? Welcome back to another entry into the Sign or Walk series. And listen, before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell, and make sure you get in the comments, man. First things first, I must say, I'm a bit disappointed in the Taylor Moton Sign or Walk video. Listen, it ain't get that many views at all, man. I saved that one up for Friday thinking it was gonna go ham, and it didn't. So I'm a bit disappointed in the views on that one. The Curtis Samuel one took off. It got out of here. It's got over it's getting close to 2,000 views on that one. Taylor Moton was not doing so well. The ones prior to that aren't doing so well either. So listen, man, we gotta get the viewership up for the Sign or Walk series, or I may have to kill it, man, because it's really not worth my time if y'all not gonna watch them and spread the word. All right. So real quick, first of all, thank you guys. I do appreciate the support for the 4,000 subscribers. That's huge. Really appreciate that. Hopefully we keep the ball rolling. Make sure if you're a Panthers fan and you not subscribe to the Panther Nation podcast, and I don't know, I mean, that's crazy to me. It's crazy. We have the best content out here, period. Okay, so if you're a Panthers fan and you not subscribe, do better. All right. All right, so before we get into the Sign or Walk portion, I do want to share a quick backstory of Efe Obada. At the age of 10, him and his sister were trafficked from the Netherlands, which they moved to from Nigeria at the age of 8. They were trafficked from the Netherlands to England, and they were homeless as soon as they got there. And they spent a lot of time in like 10 different foster homes. So really crazy story. I don't know how he made it through all that, but he ended up doing some work as security guard and a whole bunch of other stuff as he grew up. And in 2014, Obada began playing for the London Warriors of the British American Football Association National Leagues. Okay, so he played a little bit of football, a little bit of amateur football, and he appeared in 5 games with them, playing at tight end and defensive end. Okay, and then later that year, actually later that same year, he was given an opportunity to work out for the Cowboys. That's where his NFL career really started, was with the Cowboys, where he was eventually signed as a free agent in 2015. So 2015, he was signed as a free agent to the Cowboys, eventually got cut by the Cowboys, and had brief stints with the Chiefs and the Falcons. In May of 2017, the Carolina Panthers actually signed Efe Obada through the NFL International Player Pathway Program, where it essentially guaranteed him a roster position. Essentially, we were able to keep an additional practice squad player, and Efe Obada, signing through that program, was able to be a member of the Carolina Panthers. So really cool there. He ended up signing a 1-year deal in 2019, and he was an honorary captain at one point for the London game, which is really dope. He got a chance to go back home and play in the UK against the Bucks, where we smacked the Bucks around. It was pretty dope emotional experience for him. And then in 2020, we signed him to a 1-year contract extension, and then he was waived that same year in 2020, but then re-signed the next day. So really interesting up and down kind of. He's had some highs with the Panthers, some lows with the Panthers, but again, he's been a very good, serviceable player for the Panthers organization. All right. He finished this season with 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 5.5 sacks, which is the career high, 4 tackles for loss, and 15 QB hits. All career high. So it's crazy. I had a really good year this year. He's kind of developing year over year. You kind of see him getting better and better and better. I mean, you got the dude just started playing football in 2014. So he hadn't been playing. He hasn't had a lot of experience. So over the years, he's just getting better and better and better. All right. So now that we've all that said and done, let's go ahead and get into the reasons whether we should sign or let him walk. All right. So real quick, age is the first up. He's 28 right now, and by the time the season starts in 2021, he will be 29. So I think he turns 29 in April. So he's still in his prime, still got some tread on the tires there. So age is okay with me. His age is okay with me. As far as position of value, yes, he kind of plays a edge rusher and defensive tackle. So I would say yes, he has a position of value. I don't think it ranks as high as a premier pass rusher. So I'm not going to lump him in and say his position is that valuable, because he's kind of a bit of a tweener and a rotational guy. So you can say yes, you can say no for that, but he's a rotational piece. So I'm not going to say his position is necessarily valuable, okay? Not as like a premier edge rusher, not like a Brian Burns. Brian Burns is a premium position of value, all right? Durability issues, no real durability issues. He hasn't had really any kind of major injuries, any injuries that I could think of at all. Honestly, I couldn't find any. So for asking price, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. He is a restricted free agent, which means that we have the first right of refusal. So a team could come in and offer Efe Obada a contract. Let's say they want to come in and say, we're going to offer him a 1-year deal, $1 million contract. So that being said, we can come in and either match that offer or just let him walk. But we have the choice at that point. We have all the power in that contract. Either we let him go or we can match that offer. So it's a little bit of leverage we have for Efe Obada. Now it goes to the next question: is his production replaceable? I mean, he's a rotational guy. He's not a starting tackle, not a starting edge. He's more of a rotational piece. So yes, there are guys in the draft that you can look at. You can look at like a Carlos Basham. He's kind of a guy that I would look to kind of see if we can replace his production. That's just one name I could think of on top of my head, but there's plenty others. I don't think his production is necessarily something we'd miss. He's a good, solid rotational piece, but we can replace his production pretty easily. I don't think it's very difficult to replace what Efe does. But that being said, I do like Efe Obada a lot. I mean, I love his story, love where he came from. You gotta cheer for the guy no matter what, no matter how you feel about him. But at the same time, you cannot make emotional decisions when it comes to signing or re-signing a player. So that being said, let's get to the decision. You can see it's a bit tricky with Efe. I like the guy a lot. But at the end of the day, if somebody comes in and offers him a 1-year, $2 or $3 million deal, I'm not matching that. So it's all on what he offers. If we can keep him for like the minimum, like he made $750,000 last year. If we can keep him for that price, or a little bit, maybe close to $1 million, a little bit under $1 million, then that's where I'm at. But anything over that, I just think you can replace him too easily to go out and offer him that kind of money. It's not a lot of money, but I think we can replace that. I don't think it's a big deal. So again, it's a bit of a loaded question for him. Should we let him sign or walk? Again, let me break that down one more time. I would re-sign him if it was like $1 million or under per year contract. Let's do it. But if it's over that, let's say if it's over or $2 million or over, then no, we can let him walk. Again, that's kind of what I have. I like Efe Obada a lot. He's one of the fan favorites out there. A lot of teams like him. I got a signed jersey from Efe, and I like him. And I'm hoping it works out for him. But at the end of the day, I'm happy for the guy no matter what. If he gets big money, then absolutely he needs to take that, and I'm happy for him. Listen, you just see where he came from. The more money he can get in his career, the better. He's kind of coming to that situation or that time in his career where he's got to start making money, because you get into your 30s, that career starts to diminish, the money starts to go down. So he's got to make the most money as possible for him and his family. So if it comes to that, go ahead and do your thing, Efe, and good luck to you. All right. That being said, make sure you like, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.